And welcome back. Of course, there's a lot going on in Washington, D.C. with Congress back in session, but let's take a departure from policy and talk about some recent juicy D.C. details you may have missed. Joining me right now to dish about the Saudi King's royal visit, Chelsea Clinton's feelings about Kanye 2020 and Tom Brady, who apparently wants to make America great again, Judy Kurtz, who writes the Hill's In the Know column. Judy, it's great to have you back with us.
Great to see you.
All right, let's start with the King of Saudi Arabia and his quick trip to town last week. Officially, the Saudi King was in town to get some personal reassurances from President Obama about the Iranian nuclear deal. They also talked about Yemen and Syria, blah, blah, blah. But the much less important, more titillating story was playing out at the Four Seasons, D.C.'s only five-star hotel. Now, according to Politico, everything was gold, says one Four Seasons regular. Gold mirrors, gold end tables, gold lamps, even gold hat racks. Red carpets have been laid down in hallways and even in the lower parking garage, so the king and his royal family never have to touch asphalt when departing their custom Mercedes Caravan. He ran out of all 222 rooms for a 600-person entourage. Guests with reservations had to pack up and move elsewhere. So, Judy, how did D.C. deal with the royal visit? I imagine it raised a lot of eyebrows, even for a city that's used to hosting high-profile guests.
It's certainly good to be king. I think that we can say with certainty the Saudi king, as you mentioned, all gold, nothing less at the Four Seasons for him. Kicked out, actually, the guests that were supposed to be staying in the 222 rooms there. You know, I'm just happy if there's free Wi-Fi in my hotel. I think
right.
The whole gold thing is a new level of luxury. But it did bristle feathers here in D.C. a little bit. The Georgetown was basically a nightmare getting around there with all the security detail.
All right, well, let's talk about Kanye West and his political aspirations. It generated some buzz last week. Chelsea Clinton even weighed in on Kanye, saying he might run for the White House in 2020. Take a listen.
And even if him just saying that helps spark a little boy or a little girl who was watching the VMAs to think, oh, wow, like maybe I should do that, that's awesome.
Awesome indeed, Judy. But some have said Chelsea could run for office someday, too. Do you see these two partnering up on policy?
Let's see, a Kanye-Clinton ticket, but with Chelsea Clinton, that would certainly be great fodder, selfishly, for gossip columnists here in Washington. You know, the fun thing about this Kanye West story is the mere mention of running for president gets huge press for these celebrities, even if, like Kanye did, said he smoked a funny-smelling cigarette before he made his remarks about running in 2020. This is great publicity for any celebrity, and we've seen a few, like Angelina Jolie, George Clooney, kind of hint at political runs in the future. Kanye now added to that list, of course.
Yeah, Kanye could be in demand. We know Donald Trump is a big fan as well, so we'll see what happens. And, you know, speaking of those funny-smelling cigarettes, it worked out okay for our current president. He admitted to doing the same thing, so we can talk about that perhaps another day. But let's talk about Tom Brady. He seems to have a Donald Trump hat in his locker. The image of Brady's locker appearing on Twitter, bottom right hand, you can see that red hat. If you look in real closely, it looks to be one of those hats that says, "Make America Great Again." Any whispers of Tom Brady perhaps showing up in D.C. this week to join Trump for his big Iran rally?
You know, you never do know here in Washington. Donald Trump isn't known to have that many BFFs, but I think this friendship between him and Tom Brady can be considered a bona fide bromance at this point. They're playing golf together. Tom Brady said it's a lot of fun to play with Donald Trump. Donald Trump defending Brady in the Deflategate scandal. They might be sort of kindred spirits. They're both certainly polarizing figures who seemingly tout the rules sometimes.
And you know what?
They have glamorous wives. They have a lot in common.
As Newt Gingrich pointed out, they both like winning, obviously, and Donald Trump is trying to project that image of winning. Tom Brady, obviously Super Bowl champion, willing to do what it takes to get the job done. So we'll see what happens with that. Judy Kurtz, always great to see you, and you can catch her columns on thehill.com and in the Hill newspaper. Great to see you, Judy.